So I am recording this video so I don't forget what I did yesterday. And for proof, I took a video, and what I'm going to be talking about, as the title of the video says, is how to send and receive messaging from a compact coordinates workbench or Micro850 PLC into Compactlogix. Chances are, because it's the more complex, and this is an operation, you can see some of the programming I did. I was using a timer to kind of cycle on and off the control, so as to do the one shot. But you can see I'm receiving a timer count from the CCW, the Micro850, I should say, and it's turning a light on and off. And then if I scroll down, you'll see that how I am physically sending a message as well, basically sending an accumulated value through timer. So I just want to walk through this because some of the things are a little bit different, but I want to show proof that this does work. It's in my lab up on campus, but because I don't have CCW installed on that computer, I can't really show. And plus, filming with a mask, let's just, this is me highlighting the fact that I'm reading. In a second, if I push in the push button and hold it in fast enough, you'll see that 7 changes to like a 4 or 3. I was just checking it, and I was just managed to keep getting the 7 every time for some reason. So just give me, and if you watch there, the 7, the preset turns into a 9 because I was, and a 2 because I was moving or writing basically an integer to a preset on the CCW. So nothing fancy, but it is. I'm just trying to show you that this is, if you follow these steps, you'll be able to do something similar to this. All right. So first things first, because we're doing messaging, everything needs to be in a controller tag. So if I'm in the CCW workbench, I'm going to be in the global variables, and I'm not going to do programming because all I got is an emulator. But if I go down to global variables, I have to actually write in what I want. So if I wanted the, account, and this is the same true with HMIs, everything needs to be in global variables. So count overall, and I'm going to change this to a dint. You can also move arrays as well. So change that to a dint, and that's how you would set up the tag. Go into your program as you normally would on anything else, but you need this here, and you need to know what this exactly is, because that is the tag that you have to set up. Okay. Typically, we would want to add our processor to Ethernet here, but you'll see in a second. And I'm on a 1769 L36 ERM. There are different layers. I would consult the Rockwell website. So I'm just going to be on the 1769 setup. But if you go in and just type in micro, nothing will show up here. However, if I type in L36, you can see that this Compactlogix, this 5370 controller would show up. So you're not going to add this to your hardware tree. But again, so I'm in what you're going to do, and I'm going to do the cheater way. I'm going to go in my main routine, and I'm just going to throw in just a memory bit. Yes, I know some of you are cringing because I'm just creating this into a local tag, and I don't even have a processor here. I'm just showing you the program. That's the other reason I don't got any 30 processors. So let's go into messaging. I forget where it is. I'll double click and just type in MSG. And you create a message tag again. So I'll do read CCW. This is how you set up the read. I'll right click new read, make sure it's in the global setup. So it's in the controller tags, not the program tags. And then hit create. Hit the 3 little dots, and this is where you set things up. So if I want to read a value over there, I will do a CIP table read. Figure out my source element. So in this case, it's whatever I put right here. I can just copy that and put it in there and figure out which my destination, where I want to bring that into my program. So destination element, so CCW current or something like that. And you can do new tag, create it. Again, this needs to be in the controller tag. It cannot be in the local tags. So there I go. Now here's where the communication is set. The communication setup is important. typically I would browse and find whatever's in my tree, but in this case, I'm going to put a 2, comma, in the IP address of my Micro850. So if I pull up the emulator, so for instance, just to show you, if I pull up this emulator here, let me pull up the emulator. See how that is 127.0.0? That's the IP address of the computer, but if this is the IP address of that processor, this is what I would type in, provided that you're on the subnet mask and all that other fun, same subnet and all that fun stuff. But this is how you would set this up. This is what I did on campus to make it work. And once you do that, it's 2 because it's the second port, or that's what the tech document said. Hit OK, and now that would be successful. That would be the read value. If I wanted to write it, I'm just going to show you the write value. I'm going to create a new tag, and you would just do it the opposite way. Right. Again, controller tag, and you need to have a tag set up here. So it's this time cycle. Let's just say time cycle, for instance. Call it a dint. Right click here, and I want to do table write. And again, what element am I reading on the the Compactlogix? I can find that. I might need to create a new tag, so I'll just say timer. So new tag, and let me just do a dint, whatever. And then the destination element be whatever I created over here. And once again with the communication, 2, comma, in this case 0.0.1. And hit apply, hit OK. And when I do these, typically I put a 1-shot in because I want to make sure it toggles from true to false to complete. But that is how I set up this program. Excuse me. Set up the program in the video I showed you in the first step. So fairly simple, but that's how you can read from a CCW and write to a CCW using messaging in a Compactlogix controller.